Pretty quiet week, nothing too exciting, except for everyone in New York getting married, plus hearings on DOMA repeal with Franken calling out an anti-gay liar, and more headlines from Maryland to Washington State. I'm Matt Baum, and welcome to Marriage News Watch for July 25th, 2011.
Marriage News Watch is made possible by Marriage Equality USA. If you're getting married, you can make Marriage Equality USA your donation gift beneficiary at marriageequality.org/gifting. By Carbonated, a creative agency. And by viewers like you.
Here's Kitty Lambert and Cheryl Rudd getting married at midnight at Niagara Falls. It's huge that we now have marriage in New York, but it's also important to recognize what we still don't have. Marriage recognition in the vast majority of states or from the federal government. In fact, for some gay and lesbian couples, getting married could carry special gay-only penalties. Under some circumstances, it could become harder for those couples to adopt. We could face extra federal tax burdens, and if one of us is in the military, we can still be discharged under Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So gay couples can get married, but even in New York, we still aren't treated the same as straight couples. For now. The other big news this week were hearings on DOMA repeal in Washington, D.C. Congress is still a long way off from repealing the law. That is, if a legal challenge doesn't invalidate it first. At this point, getting witnesses to speak on the record about DOMA's effects is a significant step. The best highlight from the hearings was when Franken caught anti-gay activist Tom Minnery in a big lie.
You cite a Department of Health and Human Services study that I have right here, and it actually doesn't say what you said it says. It says that nuclear families, not opposite-sex married families, are associated with those positive outcomes. Isn't it true, Mr. Minnery, that a married same-sex couple that has had or adopted kids would fall under the definition of a nuclear family in the study that you cite?
I would think that the study, when it cites nuclear families, would mean a family headed by a husband and wife.
It doesn't. And I frankly don't really know how we can trust the rest of your testimony if you are reading studies these ways.
They do this all the time. The truth is that when studies compare gay parents and straight parents, they're pretty much indistinguishable. That's why so many professional organizations, from the American Medical Association to the American Psychological Association, have endorsed marriage equality. So if you hear someone say otherwise, don't be afraid to tell them that you know they're lying. It's kind of amazing how much has changed since DOMA was signed in '96. The think tank Third Way has put out a new study documenting our advancements. One of the big changes is the number of people who say that they know a gay or lesbian person has gone up by 35 percentage points, from 42 to 77%. Of course, everyone knows an LGBT person because we're everywhere. In every town, every family, just about every company. All that's changed is that more of us are open and honest about who we are. So, what's next? Maryland. This week, Governor Martin O'Malley announced that he was committing to making marriage a top legislative priority in 2012. His tepid support during the last legislative session was partially blamed when a marriage bill failed to pass. So we have a very good chance of winning Maryland, possibly in a special session as early as October of this year. And then there's Washington State. This week, Senate Majority Leader Lisa Brown pledged to make a serious effort to pass a marriage equality bill within the next year. So 2012 is shaping up to be an extremely busy time, with marriage fights all over the country. Oh, and there's also going to be a presidential race. So clear your calendar, roll up your sleeves, and let's get to work. See you next week.
Marriage News Watch is made possible by Marriage Equality USA. If you're getting married, you can make Marriage Equality USA your donation gift beneficiary at marriageequality.org/gifting. By Carbonated, a creative agency. And by viewers like you.